If it does the question, right, Yar?
30, 27. So I should have 17.
I have 23.
I have no equipment whatsoever, so...
Oh, if you go into... Are you on the mobile app or are you on a PC?
Both, technically.
Alright, if you're on...
Let's presume it's mobile, though.
Okay, so if you're using your mobile, on the top left side, underneath your initiative, there's a gear.
Mm-hmm.
Hit the gear. Second option will have a star next to it. It'll bring you into, like, editing your character.
Okay.
And then like, the second to last option on the black bar at the top will be...
Inventory.
It'll be like your inventory and things. No.
Equipment.
Yeah,
Do I start
so-
off with both Alkalite and Wizard, or either or?
So Acolyte is your background.
That's your background.
So
Yeah,
a wizard your
giving
class.
me both options for equipment.
Yeah. So there's starting. The way it works is if you choose the starting equipment over the gold option, then it gives you a preset starting gear based on your background and based on your class. Now, if you choose the checkbox that says gold, it'll give you a set amount of gold for your class, a set amount of gold for your background. And then you can spend that gold on your starting equipment to tailor your starting equipment to what you think your character would have.
So both of them, or just
So-
one?
It only lets you
Either-
do one or the other.
Yeah,
Okay.
it'll tell you one or the other. If you pick one, it'll stop you from picking the other.
Eh,
If you're not allowed to have it.
It'll gray it out.
Yeah.
mm. Yeah, because it's not graying out the Alkalite starting equipment. That's why I'm asking. When I pick the Wizard starting equipment, it's not graying out the Alkalite starting
Alright.
equipment.
No. So you get both.
Yeah, you get
Oh.
both, but it's one
Because
or
one's
the
your
other for
background,
each.
one is your wizard.
Yeah.
And for each one, there's a gold value, and then there's a set preset. So if you don't want to take the gold, then it'll tell you get, like, for Acolyte, you might get like a freaking prayer book and some other stuff, and then it might still give you a little bit of gold. But if you choose the gold option, you get none of that equipment. You just get a flat amount of gold. And you do that for both your class and your background. So, like, for example, with mine, I chose to tailor my own equipment. So I chose the gold option. So it gave me 100 for my class, 50 for my background, for a total of 150 to spend on starter equipment. And then whatever you don't spend, your character has.
Yeah. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. So I'm going to do Wizard's equipment and gold for the rest. Got it. Sorry.
Alright. No worries. It's a good question.
If you don't know, ask.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing is half the battle.
Mm-hmm.
So for that potion, what is that? That's just a standard, like, the lowest level healing potion, right?
Yeah. Just the lowest. Yeah.
Let me see if I can find that in here. So it should be potion of healing, I think is what it is.
Yeah, it's called the potion of healing. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the 2d4 plus 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just keep in mind with our cutesy rules, if you use it as an action, you get the full dice and don't need to roll. If it's a bonus action, then you need to roll it.
Raja.
Alright. You said there was magical items here?
It is a small town, but they do have magical items, yeah.
And we're all in the same shop, right?
Yeah, I assume you're all together unless anyone decided to wait outside.
We're all in this together.
Excuse me, ma'am. Do you have any magical items for sale?
Wow, I have this and that. Is there something specific you're searching for?
Um,
Potion, a wand, What is it that you seek?
Let's see. So, Warlock. Warlock can't use. Let's see.
Ask about the wand, though.
Light armor. Okay. What kind of wand do you have? Or wands?
We do have a wand of secrets. I'm not sure if you've heard of this. It can be quite pricey. But, and she'll explain that the Wand of Secrets has 3 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend 1. If a secret door or trap is within 30 feet of you, it will pulse and point to the one that is nearest you. It does regain it it regains 1 D3 of expended charges daily at dawn.
That's it?
That's the Wand of Secrets.
Okay, so just one wand. Any magical robes by chance?
For robes, we have regular robes. She points to a far wall with hangers and robes, but nothing magical here.
Okay, how much for the wand?
The wand would be 200 gold pieces.
Ah.
It is
Bit out of my
what you-
price range at the moment.
Well, if you find yourself on an adventure that increases your budget, maybe I'll see you again.
I will definitely come back then.
Anyone else skulking for magical items?
No, thank
Any
you.
scrolls?
Sorry?
Any scrolls? Does she have scrolls?
Scrolls? Second here. She does have a spell scroll. It does bear the word of a single spell. It is of a cantrip, but you would only be able to use it once. It would have a DC of 13 and attack bonus of +5.
And what would the spell scroll be?
So
It's a yeah.
above board. Are you a wizard or a sorcerer?
I'm a wizard.
Okay. I don't know if you get it at level 1, but wizards do have the ability at some point to be able to take scrolls and scribe those spells into your spell book.
Which actually I can start doing that at level 1. It does become easier to do at level 3 with the Order of the Scribe. But that's later on.
Just keep that in mind.
And it costs money to do that too. Mm.
Does. Because you gotta pay for that special ink and parchment.
Actually, not with the Order of Scribe. It does cost gold for the spell to be copied, but with the Order of the Scribe, I can have my floating pen, no, awakened pen to write it down in less time. It's kind of fun. Sorry, tangent. But how much would the spell scroll be?
Oh, dearie, that one's a bit more pricey. If that Wand of Secrets was out of your price range, this scroll is far beyond that.
Understood. Sad thing.
Level 1. Level 1.
All right. Were there any other stores you guys were, or things you guys were looking for, or?
Nope. I just wanted something to save my butt since we don't have a dedicated healer.
All right. Well, we can fast forward to the tavern starting to close up for the night. Did you guys want to head back before it closes, or wait till?
I would like to go back, preferably, unless
Yeah.
anybody else has anything they want to do. I would like to go back right before it closes, like maybe 30 minutes or so.
Oh, I do want to ask the old lady before we go. Is there any other big brawny guys other than the tavern owner that just came around?
I haven't seen any in town. Porthos is our ex-military muscle man.
He's a resident beefcake.
The only beefcake in town.
So you're saying the competition is not high. Do I have a chance?
Have you seen the town? It's quite small. We're not farmers.
The only reason why I ask is his halberd got stolen, and only someone that matches his physique would be able to handle an item like that. Is why I'm asking.
Ah, you're here for his halberd. No one comes to mind. I'm the only magic user that I can think of, but there may be someone with some sort of spell. But I can't think of what I would use. Mage
Could've been a
hand
more
would be
one-person
too
job.
weak. Could be multiple people.
That's my
Porthos
suspicion.
might have more information if he has any hints or clues he found when it was missing, but I heard it was missing through the grapevine today.
Okay. Thank you, kind lady.
Not a problem. I'm glad to help where I can. right, so did we want to roll back to the tavern for some quick role play about the glaive, or did we want to call it a night and do the role play next session?
Up to y'all.
I'm down for either, don't really pick.
Up to you guys. I'm good for another
Picky.
like 20, 30.
Mhm.
I'm good.
I got nothing better to do. It's literally my day off, so
Yeah, I don't go back to work until next Monday, so.
Nice.
That must be nice.
Yeah. That's what happens when you stack up leave all year.
That's so smart. I took my leave for like the week of Christmas. I'm like, fuck that.
I get 2.5 days a month. I probably got about 60 or so built up.
Do it. Take it. That's right. We have unlimited, but you know what unlimited means.
Yeah.
Shit.
All right. So, anybody else have anything before we head back to the tavern?
Nope, let's go.
Anything else? Let's do it. Let's go and exploit this suffering guy.
Like, don't put it that way.
Hey, let's call a spade a spade.
It do be like that. It do be.
let's go
Alright.
steal his items.
You know, I may have been casing the shop.
I mean, all else fails, we could just burn it down and collect the gold that's still there.
We're not burning anything down.
How to piss off a whole
Hands
town.
in your pockets.
Seriously.
Hands in your pockets.
Yes.
But wait, the only thing you're burning is your own britches.
Oh, God.
hmm
All right, so back to the tavern
Back to the tavern. You guys
that we're
make
not
your
burning
way-
down.
that we're-
No.
You guys make your way in. You can see the candles are burning less as it is about to be time for closing. The stew in the center of the tavern is getting low as well, as people have been enjoying it throughout the evening.
Somebody just go to puke. That was perfect if that was what just happened.
Oh, good lord.
Oh my god.
That was a hiccup. Oh god. Oh.
But yeah, the people within the tavern are dwindling. Porthos isn't present, at least isn't visible. But you can see there is a new barmaid who's helping close out for the evening.
All right, so while they're closing out, I'm gonna go and ask her if she knows where he's at.
Hello there. How can I help you? We are closing soon.
And you said his name was
Porthos.
Porthos.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Do you happen to know where Porthos is?
He's in the kitchen helping close for the evening, but
Okay.
he will be back. There is much to do to close out the evening for sure.
I see. Okay,
Can I get you anything?
Yeah.
I'm good. We just need to speak to him once he's free.
All right. Well, give me a moment. I do have a table waiting on pastries. I'll be right back if you need anything else.
Of course. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Well, it's not a problem at all.
A
Okay.
short way.
So
Then I just very awkwardly
back
about
his way.
face and move to the table.
Look at you talking to a girl.
And if anybody looks, the charcoal colored cheeks are a little red.
I high five you.
I
Well done.
awkwardly accept the high five.
Very nice.
This is the guy that just stabbed a spider person to death.
Yeah, we'll soften you up. It's cool.
We all have our talents, my friend.
This is not mine.
So
Not
as
mine
the,
either. Mine's just magic.
As the
Isn't
last
all
table,
always magic? In some way, shape, or form.
sorry, what was it?
Yeah, I didn't hear you.
Wouldn't everyone's thing be magic in one way, shape, or form?
You know, given the nature of our world, yes, I believe so. That is a philosophical discussion I don't care to engage with because it'll bring about existential dread.
Well, we wouldn't
Always be
want
dreading.
that.
Or
Never.
would we?
Maybe we would. I don't. I don't know your life.
I don't know your life.
The young barmaid comes back out. She's served the table that seems to be finishing up. She's handed them their dessert. Porthos comes out to grab the stew itself, and with unworldly strength, picks it up with cloths over his hands to bring it back to the kitchen to continue to turn to close out the tavern for the evening.
Beefcake.
I guess there's another one in town.
No, I'm pretty sure that's the one they said is the only person.
Oh, see? Yeah, okay.
He
It
has no
does have you
competition.
beat.
I can't compete with that.
He comes back out and he sees you across the room and gives a quick nod to let you know that he has noticed you and he knows that you're there. And he shouts across the room as he goes to throw sand on the fires of the grill to cool it down for the evening. Just a moment, please. I'll be right with you.
No worries.
And as the barmaid leaves for the evening, I'm just fast forwarding quickly because no need
Totally
to roleplay NPCs eating dinner and leaving. Um,
I
the
need to know
barmaid-
what she had to eat for all courses.
He's gonna spend tomorrow remaking this entire meal for her as a gesture of romanticism.
Hey, you don't know what I do.
You don't know me.
So the last of the customers head out. The barmaid turns down or closes out the candles. There is still a slight glimmer of flame from under where the giant pan of stew was, and small embers in the fire. And Porthos comes over to your table to speak with you about
Sorry.
that's lovely.
Thank you.
About helping him find his missing bronzed glaive. Do you guys have any questions for him?
Yes. I would like for you to walk us through. You said it went missing this morning, correct? Is when you found it, or found that it was missing.
Correct, yes.
So I want you to walk me through at least the last, counting today, 48 hours. What happened? What did you do?
It's
Anything?
been a regular Wednesday and Thursday, and today's Friday, and I mean, same people in and out. Nothing standing out to me specifically, aside from my glaive having been taken down from above the bar.
Okay.
All the same cookery, same recipes we've used for years now. It's really just, I hate to say it, but monotony.
All right. So what? You close at the same time every night, correct?
Yes, Fridays we run a little later, as it's Friday, but most nights the same time.
So roughly what time would you say that you closed up yesterday?
About an hour earlier.
About an hour earlier? Okay.
Correct.
And what time did you come in to open up the bar this morning and found that it was missing?
I came in at first light and started my day.
Okay.
I noticed it was missing when I went to wipe down the bar, which is a bit further into my routine. I didn't know I needed to check for it. And I was surprised to see it gone.
Alright. I'm gonna let my... Do we say friends? Have we got that far yet?
I'll allow it.
You'll allow it? Okay. My friends talk to you further. Do you mind if I take a look around where the halberd was kept?
Oh, feel free. It's open to you. If you can find it, do what you need to find my prized halberd.
Alright, so if they want to continue talking to him, I'm gonna let them do that. I'm gonna get up and go over to where the halberd, he said that the halberd is normally kept, and I kind of want to do an investigation of the area, see if there's anything, kind of clue or anything that's out of place that might lead us to a theory.
I'm gonna pipe up after he leaves, and I'll let the roll happen first. And then...
All right.
Roll one up, homie.
Nat 20.
Ooh.
There it is.
With the heartbeat of the sanguine dice.
So yeah, while he's looking, the first thing I'll ask. So, about the reward. 50 gold, you say? Now,
Yeah.
I'm okay with an initial price, but if it gets dangerous, and we discover maybe some dangerous people stole it, and we have to get it back, would you be okay with paying a little more? Call it a danger accounting.
Danger accounting. I understand that. It is hard for me to offer more to keep this tavern running in such a small town. I can offer room and board and food and drink to any extent, but further gold I don't have to offer.
You know, that sounds very fair. Don't know how long we'll be staying here, but let's leave it open, and we'll just shake on it for now.
Sounds like a plan. He
Oh,
spits on his hand and offers it.
I spit on mine, cringe a little bit, and then shake his. But and then while I'm shaking his hand, but while we're talking about it, do you have any enemies in town?
None that I'm aware of.
Any
most
barroom
people-
brawls that have occurred, and maybe some drunkards you threw out?
We did have an issue on a Monday. Another adventurer had come through and caused a bit of a commotion. I believe he stole gold from one of our regulars, and I just can't stand for that. I did throw him out, and he's left town since then. I couldn't tell you where he's gone.
Well, could be a suspect, of course. Other than any roughhousing around the bar, perhaps someone that has a large tab needs to be covered, or maybe even a local children that might play a trick.
No amount of children could lift this glaive. There's no chance of children. Um, as for tabs, I generally don't let people keep tabs. I feel it keeps the town more honest and keeps the drunken shenanigans down.
Well, I'm all out of ideas, I guess. Do you know who could have lifted it? Is it really that heavy?
It's quite heavy. It's a bronzed halberd. I trained incessantly to be able to wield it. So, eh, it's not an easy thing to wield by any means. Imagine,
Right, but
imagine
carrying it
carrying.
off, it must not be that difficult. If you weren't here,
It's a 6-foot pole that weighs 20 pounds. It's the size alone makes it quite awkward to carry, let alone wield.
so
I have difficulty believing, but you may be the expert here.
I'm not. I'm just asking questions. But while we're on the topic of the size, where could it have been taken out from? I feel like, well, a halberd. Windows are wide enough. The front door, of course. Chimney wouldn't make any sense. Well, that's all the questions I have.
I have a question.
Yes,
Could it have been an employee? They have access to the tavern. Do they not?
correct. They do have access, but I'm the only one with the key. I close up every night.
Were
And
there
this
any
is-
oh,
No, go ahead.
good.
Sorry.
Were there any signs of a break-in near, let's say, the windows, front door? Is there a back door?
Everything's in tip-top shape. No issues by any means.
And this adventure that you mentioned, what did he look like?
A strange chap. Quite tall. Strange teeth that weren't quite teeth. Longer out the bottom, like a creature, less a person. We don't see his kind round these parts.
So you think he could lift something of the size?
I wouldn't doubt it, but that was Monday and he left town. I'm not sure why he'd come back just for that.
Or maybe he just made it look like he left town.
As far as you know, he left.
That is true.
Maybe you didn't even notice until now. Who knows how long it's been gone?
I mean, it is there. I have my regular routine of wiping down the bar, and it did stand out to me this morning.
Mm.
And I didn't mention it, but immediately as customers started to come in, they also noticed. So, had I missed it, I feel others may not.
Okay.
Wait, you see, are you saying you feel that others might have seen the person steal it?
I'm saying others wouldn't have let lie that it was missing, had I not noticed.
In other words, they would have spoken up had they saw something.
Correct.
Of course, of course.
That was my first questions this morning is, where is your halberd?
So it must have happened at night.
Between closing, between opening.
Mm-hmm.
And that original adventurer, not the one with the teeth, on Monday. When did he leave?
He was thrown out probably an hour or two before closing. the town hasn't seen him since then.
Oh, well, guess we could strike him from the potential list of suspects. Unfortunate.
Because he's not seen doesn't mean he's not there.
Ah, it'd be too big of a spread. He'd have to sneak into town, unseen, and then sneak into the tavern, unseen, and then steal the item in question unseen, and then get out of town unseen. It would be quite a feat.
To be unseen?
Unless you use magic.
Even with magic, quite a feat. I'm not able to cast those kinds of illusions myself.
Vendavar just kind of smirks to himself.
Now, Vendavar, you were investigating where the glaive was kept.
Yeah,
correct?
basically doing a systematic investigation, starting at where the halberd is normally placed, and then working outward to see if there's anything that stands out that might give us a clue to how it was taken. Even if there's like how many people may have been involved in it.
Now, you can see I don't want to say a scuffle, but footprints that don't fit behind a bar facing the shelving and barrels you see above the bar there. There were beneath it black scuffed boot prints that you were able to see.
Below where the halberd was?
Correct.
Okay. Does it look like there were multiple sets? Or just one set?
It looks to be just one set.
Alright, so it was just one culprit.
The rest of the footprints behind the bar are facing the proper way, as though a barkeep moving back and forth across the bar. But this set stands out to you.
That looks out of place.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was one person who was able to lift it. Okay. Look over at Porthos. I see this area. Is there like a back door or anything like that out of this tavern, or is there the one entrance the only one?
Just the front entrance. We take all of our deliveries and everything here.
Any windows or anything that are able to be opened?
Nothing able to be opened and quite small closer to the kitchen. It helps keep the heat inside.
Okay.
I did check them to be sure, and nothing's broken or amiss.
Now, there's not like it'd be kind of stupid if there was like a skylight or anything like that in here. But you said there was also a chimney, but the chimney would be too small for the halberd.
Yeah, the chimney would be too small because the blade would be too wide, and you wouldn't be able to fit a person in there to get it out either.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you can see it sort of in the back on the right hand side. It's a super small. It looks like too tiny to fit a person.
Mm-hmm. So based on that investigation, there's really only one way in, one way out that could have been used. And then the footprints, it's one set of footprints alluding to there being one culprit.
Correct.
Okay. Just to be safe, if Porthos doesn't mind, I would like to do a systematic search of the entire place to see if the halberd was the only thing that's gone missing, or if there's any other clues to see what else they may have had going on.
He's more than willing to let you look through. With your nat 20, you're not finding anything else.
Okay. So the footprints, going back to the footprints, are they large, small, medium?
They're medium to large. They're from a big boy, so to speak.
Okay, so it's a larger individual.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Since that's all I got, I'm gonna go back to the group. Well, so it appears we can narrow this down. There was one culprit, rather
Oh!
large.
I should Lindrell a look.
I'll continue, please. Shouldn't have said anything.
And based on the search that I've done of the establishment, it was a search. I look over at Lyra. It was a search, not that. Okay. There's only one way in, one way out that could have been utilized, and that's the front entrance. Based on what I saw over by where the halberd was, there was one set of prints out of place. They're about medium to large size. So it alludes to there being only one individual that lifted the halberd. They were not a small person. So they would probably stand out among people, given what we've heard that Porthos here is the resident, how did the lady say, beefcake of the town. So people of a larger stature would tend to stand out. That's what we got so far. We're looking for one large individual.
I think some of our other colleagues here might have gotten some information on a rather large individual with strange teeth that they could share.
Speaking of which, that person that y'all talked about that was here on Monday, is he larger than normal patrons that usually frequent the establishment?
I don't know. He didn't mention it. So I tend to say no, considering he threw him out. I'm assuming he was smaller than the barkeep.
Well, I mean, they're large individuals. There's different degrees of large.
Ask the barkeep.
Porthos, the guy that you threw out rather handily, were they larger than most of the patrons that come into your establishment?
Quite. I was lucky to have a handle on this gentleman. I say gentleman, but again, more a creature than
You
human.
didn't happen to catch a name?
No, I sent him.
Maybe add him to a blacklist so they can't get back in?
No need to write a name with this fellow's face. It was, again, teeth that were more than teeth. Like tusks almost.
Color of the skin. Is it greenish?
Hard to tell through the dirt, but more a gray.
Gray. Okay. So a gray-skinned, burly, larger individual with tusks. Seems pretty distinct.
We don't have folk like that through here. Such as yourself. And he nods towards Yareth. You are different, to say the least, and I don't mean to offend.
Well, so it sounds like we have a suspect. And you said the last time that someone in town saw them was how long ago?
No one said that they've seen him since he was thrown out of the bar Monday night.
Okay. Alright.
It looks like you've had quite a long day. Would you like to take a rest and maybe come back to this in the morning?
I think that would be a good idea. Especially Miss Veronica. She's kind of had a day and a half.
We send you to the inside of the tavern, and gives each of you your own room. And I think with that we'll wind down for the night and pick back up in the morning for our next session. And everyone can take a long rest to refresh your spells and HP and all those pieces.
I'm taking a bowl of stew.
All right.
That was
By the way, that
awesome.
was officially the easiest. That was officially the easiest combat I've ever been a part of, and by that I mean I didn't have to do anything. Fantastic.
And we
Fantastic.
didn't die.
Yeah.